Okay, so it's Thanksgiving of 2018, and I decided today to go through my PlayStation 2 collection. I was originally going to record what I had and inventoried over the summer, but somehow I lost the file to that, and it was dauntingly hot where I was living. So, let's start. I got the two boxes here. I have one for a 5001 and /N, which the N stands for network. I got one over here for a 3001R. I'm pretty sure the R stands for refurbished. Then I got a box for a DDR game. Unfortunately, I lost the dance pad, but decided I didn't want to throw it out. I have sorted manuals for the network. It's for PSSM Momo thing, and I have a user manual for a 39,000 series. Found at work. And before I get into more of the games, I have two of the original Guitar Hero controllers, black and the red. It's getting harder and harder for me to find them locally, at least working ones that are at a good price. Alright, now to the hardware. I currently only have two PlayStation 2 models. I have one that matched the box earlier, the Network Edition. Yep, the 39,001 N. So the one on the end points to the US region, and the N stands for the network. It's like the sticker here's a little worn, but it works fine. I still have a modem for it. I actually have a few modems on hand. I've been getting them because the PS2 FATs are pretty easy to soft mod. You don't really soft mod them, you just what you can do is get a hacked memory card that has MC McBoot or MC Boot on it, which is a soft mod, and then you can load games that you have preloaded onto the IDE hard drive that you put in the slot. You need this to connect the IDE hard drive to the fat PS2s. The hard part probably would be finding an IDE hard drive now. I don't know how much they go for online, but locally it's harder and harder to find any in stock. Over here, I have a 3000 or 30,000 series. So 30,001 is the model number since I'm in the US, and all these are the American models. Or the Canadian models also would be the same. I have two component cords. I have about 6 DualShock controllers. Some of them don't work, I think, last I tested them. And then I got two variants of the multi-tap. I got this, and I got a thinner one, which I believe was redesigned for the thin PlayStation 2 models. Not too many games actually took advantage of the 4-player, or 8 players. I have 3 PlayStation Eye toys. For those that don't know, PlayStation Eye camera actually started on the PS2. There were a few titles that used it. Sega made like a little mini game thing, and then DDR games later in the life supported it. And then I have a PlayStation 2 component cord. These aren't too expensive since the PS3 ones will work on the PlayStation 2 as well. They're just not common at all. I don't think I've seen one in the wild since they used to be in stores back in the day. And I have a few memory cards. One of them is the McBoot card. I got transparent red. I used to have some transparent blue ones, but I sent them to my friend in India as a gift, and sadly they got lost in the mail. Alright guys, so I got kind of busy on Thanksgiving. I'm starting to get a little under the weather. It's why my shirt's different, the lighting's different. I'm going to go over my collection of the games now. I have another tote full. This is the first tote. I'm probably just going to do a few highlights. Alright, so I got 2 of the network discs. I got the SSX demo sealed. I just don't have the PlayStation Magazine stuff out of storage. That was in a separate tote, which I need to find where it happened to it. I got the Grand Theft Auto trilogy sealed. Picked up at Walmart sometime. I've found all of them loose, so I haven't bothered with that. A memory card for an action replay. Another version of the network disc. Another demo disc. Okay. I have the Devil May Cry Collector's Edition Trilogy. This is the 5th anniversary collection. I have the Metal Gear Solid Essentials collection. I have Metal Gear Solid 2, the documentary. This is an interactive documentary only on the PlayStation 2 that lets you go through and look through the cutscenes. You can look through the models of the characters, the models of the stages. Alright, hold on a second. Document. Picked up Battlefront 2. Actually, this one's empty. Hopefully I'll pick it up again. I got Silent Hill 3. This does not have the original case. The person who owned it before me broke the original case. They put it in a 2-disc case. But I got it for $3, so I'm not going to argue against that. Crazy Taxi. I actually got this from the one Goodwill. It's complete. Those that don't know, that was a Sega game, and originally on the Dreamcast, well, on the Naomi, I believe. We got Sega Superstars, which is a PlayStation I game. SNK Arcade Classics 1. Still got my original copy of Shadow of the Colossus. I had a loose copy of Street Fighter Alpha, and then I found the case and the manual locally. I think it was at a thrift store. I got more than one copy of Max Payne, Greatest Hits, Resident Evil 4, the PlayStation 2 port. I still say the GameCube port looks better. I picked up Shadow of the Colossus Greatest Hits sometime this summer. I actually have an interest in getting different variants, especially if they're in good condition, complete in box. Silent Hill 2, except for the Greatest Hits versions in there. And there is a difference between the original release and the Greatest Hits one. Here's Metal Gear Solid 3, Subsistence. It's not the special one. Soul Calibur 2. I never really got to play the PS2 version that much back in the day. I mostly played the GameCube one. Hot Shots Golf 4. Fatal Fury Battle Archives Volume 2. I don't see Volume 1 at all. I think I got this at Five Below or something back in the day when they had clearance. Final Fantasy X-2. This game's not really rare at all, especially since the HD re-releases. So since you can get this on Steam, PS3 and PS4, and I don't think it was released on Xbox at all, but I know the Switch port's coming out. These games have dropped like a fly in value, making it better for anybody who wants to play it. Then I got a complete in box copy of Silent Hill 2. I've got Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty, complete in box. Pick these up to play with my friend Alan whenever I see him. I got more than one variant. I got the Greatest Hits, Ace Combat 4, Peter Jackson's King Kong. Got my Kingdom Hearts 2. This is the actual copy I got back in the day. For some reason, even though I was like 18 or something, I got a Toys R Us gift card, and I was like, why not? I used to really like the Kingdom Hearts games back in the day. 1 and 2 were good. I played through Chain of Memories, and retrospectively with what they've done with the series, I don't think it's aged well. And I think the whole story is a bloated mess. Jet Li Rise of Honor. I actually got to play this with a step-cousin back in the day, and I really liked it. We got about halfway through, so me and my family headed back in town. King of Fighters Collection, the Orochi Saga. This is mostly, I'm sorry, I'm having a cold. This is mostly 90s King of Fighters games. Got a jam-packed demo disc, another volume, Star Ocean Till the End of Time, Greatest Hits. I don't have a manual. Sonic Heroes. Unfortunately, the PlayStation 2 port of this is the weakest one. They made a multi-console engine for it back in the day, and for some reason the PS2 did not handle that well. Shinobi. Reboot the Sega series. Here's Space Channel 5. They actually ported the first 2 games, well, the only 2 games, over to the PS2 back in the day. NFL Streets. This case is missing the game. Burnout Revenge. It's missing the manual. I think this series ended. I one friend in high school, Brandon, really liked this game, and I found it complete in box for only $1, so it's like, why not? Snagged it up. Probably try playing through it sometime. I don't have anything to properly capture PS2 gameplay, so here's another volume of the jam-packed demos. Star Wars Starfighter. Missing the manual. Actually got that on the PS2 for PS4. Spy Hunter 2. My brother still has his copy of this. I remember back in the day when he got his first PS2. It's one of the earlier titles. Here's one of the console ports of The Sims. It's not matching with the case. Ace Combat Zero, complete in box. Another shout out to my friend Alan, my high school friend Dana. Art of Fighting Anthology, a collection of the Art of Fighting games by SNK. Ace Combat 5, The Unsung War. Complete in box. Greatest hits. My original copy of We Love Katamari. That was one of my favorite games on the PS2. They've never re-released it or anything. I don't even think digitally. I think the PS3 got the first one re-released, but so I'm going to keep that. I actually got annoyed because the final thing you unlock on there is the 1 million Rose Katamari, and you're only allowed to save once a day your progress. And I lost the memory card that had the save on it, so. Gran Turismo 3. It's basically the game. God of War 2. God of War games also have had remasters on the PS3, so most of them are relatively cheap. Star Wars Battlefront. Classic. Buzz Jr. It's one of those games with the family or whatever, where it's like a trivia game, and they have a dedicated controller to it. I got that in a lot of games. Black, it's missing the manual. It's a first-person shooter that came out for the Xbox and PS2 back in the day. Time Crisis 3, sadly I do not have any light guns for the PS2, so I can't really play that. Max Payne again. Mortal Kombat without the game. Marvel Ultimate Alliance, I got a complete in box. Medal of Honor, European Assault. I think that series has ended also. This is interesting. Here's the PS2 version of Sonic Unleashed. This is not the same as the 360 or PS. Alright guys, sorry my camera ran out of memory, so I'll continue from this. Okay, Conflict Global Terror. This is probably a generic shooter. Tenchu Wrath of Heaven. Complete in box. Tekken 4, Tony Hawk's Underground 2, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3, Tourist Trophy, which if I recall is the same teams that worked on Gran Turismo worked on a biking game. True Crime Streets of LA, I actually played through this back in the day. I think it was the GameCube version. I got a non-greatest hits copy. Contra Shattered Shattered Soldier. Crash to Insanity, Fireblade, Fallout 2, MX World Tour, Mountain Bike Adrenaline, Rygar, which I forget if this was a reboot or not, but you fought with a shield if I recall. Conflict Desert Storm, GTA in a rental case, SSX, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 again. SOCOM 2, SOCOM 2 again, Soul Calibur 3 again, and again. For those curious, I do pick these up in lots sometimes. That's why I have a couple doubles and I haven't sold off any of them yet. American Idol, version of Karaoke Revolution, and then Ford versus Chevy. I'm just going to pull out the next lot from the tote that they're in. Instead of setting them all up, I'm running out of space. I got my original copy of Katamari Damacy. Got a copy of Killzone. Activision Anthology. Just collecting old Activision games from back on the Atari. Got Crash Bandicoot Wrath of Cortex. Greatest Hits Complete in Box. Matt Hoffman's Pro BMX 2. If I recalled, I think he died within the last year. It was either him or Dave Mira. Karaoke Revolution Party. Dance Dance Revolution Supernova 2. Sing Star Pop. I don't have the mics to test this. Another copy of American Idol. And we got their first Sly Cooper game. Lego Indiana Jones. Lego Star Wars. I like those games actually. It's a pretty solid series. I used to play with my nephew and the one kid I used to watch in high school. Onimusha Warlords. I got the greatest hits version in there. Onimusha 2. Hitman 2. Zone the Enders 2, the second runner, and then Zone the Enders. I have the PS3 HD version also. Dynasty Warriors 4 Empires. Dance Dance Revolution DDR Max. I do have a dance pad in storage. Excuse me. Excuse me. Tekken Tag Tournament. Manhunt. I got a Gungrave. Wheaton Box. Dynasty Warriors 4. We got the Legacy of Kain. That's another series that kind of died. I think Square Enix owns the rights at the moment. Guitar Hero 3, Guitar Hero, and Guitar Hero 2 Dual Pack. For Speed Carbon, Tony Hawk's Project 8. Another copy of the Dual Pack. NBA Street. World Series Poker. World Series Poker 08. NCAA Football 07. We're running into a bit of the sports games here. Got Grandia 2. GTA 3. Guitar Hero Aerosmith, which I think I heard this one was a mess. Vice City, Grand Theft Auto 3 again. Another copy of Tourist. Extermination, I don't really know what this was. I think it's an earlier PS2 game. Have to try it. Devil May Cry. Devil May Cry 3. The non-special edition. The collector set I have is the special edition of the game. There's some differences. Disney's Haunted Mansion. NBA Live 03. DDR Max 2 again. DDR Extreme. DDR Extreme 2. Eve Extinction, that's an early PS2 game. Virtual Fighter Evolution, or Virtual Fighter 4 Evolution, which is an updated version of Virtual Fighter 4. It has an extra mode where you fight AI based off the people that fought in the international tournament. X-Men Legends. Mark Akai. Tekken 5. Ratchet and Clank. Sonny Garcia Servant. X-Men Legends 2. Rise of Apocalypse. Resident Evil Code Veronica X. I have the original Dreamcast game. I actually had to use this version to play it for whatever reason. Whenever I try to play through it on the Dreamcast, my save file gets lost or corrupted. Ratchet and Clank. Ridge Racer 5. Dot Hack. And then Dot Hack Part 1 and Part 2. The Part 2 is complete. The Part 1 actually had Part 3 with it when I bought it. Jeopardy. Broken Controller. Action Replay. Jak 2. Neo Geo Battle Coliseum, which is pretty much kind of like Marvel vs. Capcom, has all the Marvel characters, the Capcom characters. This is pretty much all the SNK characters coming together in a fighting game. Need for Skate Underground 2. The classic. This one stack in here is all sports games. Game Shark. And seems to be nothing left but sports games and duplicates in here. Oh, there's Front Mission 4. Oh, and Yakuza Wreck. Breathless the Yakuza missions. Alright guys, so finally I did it. I inventoried my my PS2 games for the year. I'm feeling kinda sick. I got 1 or 2 other videos I'm gonna work on recording. And soon November will be over and I'll do the finds of the month. Thank you and you have a good day.